Hey, my brothers and my sisters. I know it's been a few days since I've been on. Yeah, I think about 3 or 4 days. I've been working hard, being busy, per usual. And then when I finally did have a little free time, with that free time, I had to get some rest, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. So now I'm pushing through. I got a little rest yesterday. I really wanted to get on yesterday, but I was too tired, y'all. Um, and, some of it is due, um, I mean, how could I put it? Nobody cannot stop me. Okay. I got enemies who have made me their enemies. Okay. Because as far as I knew, I didn't have any. But as we all know, that we are always in a spiritual battle. There is a spiritual war going on that, of course, if you are saved by the blood of Jesus, you've already won that war. Okay, but that still does not mean that you don't have to battle. And so, with that being said, we do have enemies. You're either on the right team or the left team, the righteous team or the wicked team, the unrighteous team. So there that is. And so I'm constantly being spiritually attacked. However, that's never going to stop me. Okay. And the Lord just keeps building me up more and more, and I keep getting stronger and stronger. I'm sinking and I'm not, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. I'm swimming, is what I meant to say. I'm swimming and not sinking. Okay. And that's due to the most high, true, and living God and my Savior, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, who I am anchored in. I am anchored in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Okay. Yes. So, baby, I'm never sinking. I'm always swimming. I'm always swimming. No matter what that enemy throw my way, I'm always swimming. But the enemy has been, throwing a lot my way because the enemy doesn't want to see me prevail. The enemy doesn't want to see me rise and shine. The enemy doesn't want me, and which I have already done, is get to my promised land and take back my territory. Okay. And it's more that I'm about to, I guess, expose in this particular video. Okay. So this may be a little bit different, this video that I'm about to do tonight, because this video is speaking directly to my enemies. Okay, so to all my supporters, y'all, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to the ministry, welcome back to my channel. I love you all as always, and salute to all the soldiers and the warriors out there standing strong and firm in the Lord. Hi. I'm doing fine. I am blessed and highly favored, my brothers and sisters. Memory said that. And then, okay, so we just gonna go past that comment. Ain't got time for all that. Okay, say a prayer for my nephew Ezra. He is in 5 months old and has a cancer. Definitely, baby. Definitely, I can say a prayer for your nephew. Yes, I can. And I'll do that later. Not to put anything off, but right now I have an agenda that I'm about to do. So yeah, I'm about to get into it. But yes, I will say a prayer for your nephew. I know it's a lot of enemies on here right now. It's a few enemies on here. I don't know if y'all know it or not, but I very spiritually inclined, and a lot of times I can tell when it's a enemy in my comments. A lot of times I just brush it off and keep it moving. I might even talk to you and say a little something and just keep it moving, because I'm not about to, let you waste my time. But yeah. So for those of you who are true supporters or just watchers joining in, my name is Fire. Well, that's the name that I go by. My name is Tangela. A lot of people call me Tan or they call me Fire. Um, and yeah, this is I'm a servant of the Most High God. Excuse me, a servant of the Most High, true and living God. Okay. And I am saved and covered by the blood of Jesus Christ, Yeshua, okay? Um, so, like I said, this video tonight is going to be a little bit different. I'm about to put some information out there for my enemies. And I guess I'll call this, if you were wondering what I know. If you were wondering what I know, okay? And so, yeah, here we go. And like I said, to all of my supporters, any cross watchers, this is not aimed at you unless you are my enemy, okay? And of course, if you're my supporter, you know, you definitely shouldn't be my enemy anyway. I'm talking about like true supporters who really rock with me, who really support the ministry, support me, the mission, and everything. However, some haters definitely can be supporters because they seem to be the ones who watch you the most. You know, they'll even pay for, you know, a spiritual coaching just so they could try to get in and try to see, you know, what I'm going to say and things of that sort, get information, learn something that they can try to run back or run away with and steal. You know, so yeah, they don't even realize it, but they be supporters too. But I'm talking about the true ones who really support me and rock with me, got love for me, like me. Okay, so y'all just, I guess y'all just enjoy the show, I guess, because this video right here is to my enemies. So, you know, in case you've been wondering, and I know you have, of course, to my enemies, what I know. Well, one of the things that I know is that you all, and it's a lot of them. It's a lot of them, okay? But a lot of them have been dropping off like flies, okay? Because the Most High, true and living God ain't playing with them. Like the scriptures say, you shall reap what you sow, and they are reaping. They are reaping right now. And it's going to be going on for a long time for a lot of them, okay? A lot of them ain't going to make it, just to be honest with you. They're not going to make it for the atrocities that they have done against me and others, okay? So, and I'm not angry in any way, my brothers and sisters. I'm happy. I'm joyous as usual. But this video need to be done. So y'all just let me get off tonight and say what I need to say. Okay. One of the things that I know is that a lot of y'all, in particular, a mother, a father, and a son, and then the son's concubine or wife, whatever they want to call it, okay? They have been the main attackers, okay? But it's a lot of them. It was like 200 and I forgot the exact number God told me, but it was like 284. I want to say it was 284, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, a lot of them are not attacking me anymore because they are getting heavy karma, reaping what they have sown. And so a lot of them are backing out now. A lot of them are losing a lot of money, a lot of money. A lot of them are or were rich, okay? If not rich, wealthy, okay? A part of a secret society. Some of them were artists, such as rap artists, singers, celebrities of that sort, okay? So when I say rich, that's the type of rich I'm talking about. Um, so, but four of them is a mother, a father. Now, just go a little deep. I'm not gonna get into every detail because I can be here all night. But the main four was the mother, the father, the son, and the son's concubine, wife, whatever. I don't, whatever they got going on now. um, which happens to be that that so-called other woman. What I do know is that you're not really a woman, you're a man. You're a transgender. And you've been attacking me for years about a man that I don't even want. Not just you, but another female that he deals with have been attacking me for years. And I'm talking about over a decade, my brothers and sisters, that they have been attacking me. um, and it hasn't just been those two. It's been a whole gang of witches, okay, because that's what they are. They witches. They all do spell work and witchcraft, black magic, stuff like that. That's what they do in a lot of these secret societies. That's why it's a secret, supposedly a secret. But see, when you serve the Most High, true and living God, He will reveal things to you, especially if you are a prophet or have the gift of prophecy, which a lot of worldly people would call psychic. I have that gift, okay? So the Lord reveals a lot of things to me, and that's how I know a lot of these things, okay? And I have proven my prophecies to be true. If you all have been watching me and things that I post, I will say something, and it may be a year later, it comes to pass. It may be 6 months later, it comes to pass. Things of that sort, okay? And I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just speaking facts. I'm just speaking the truth. So I know that the main person, that the son, okay, it's the son that I was dealing with. I was at one time in somewhat, if you want to call it, a relationship with this son, okay, and this son betrayed me many times. Many. I'm talking about, when you say stabbed in the back, baby, that's an understatement for what he has done to me. Okay. Now, why did he do it? Out of greed, out of jealousy, out of envy of me. He wanted to take my blessings and walk in my shoes. Okay. And then when I decided to stop dealing with him because I found out how wicked and evil he was, that's when, I believe that he really went rogue and offered me up for a sacrifice. He might have done it before then because he's so evil, but, I kind of believe that's when he decided, okay, boom, she don't want to be with me no more. He can't take rejection. Okay, I'm gonna offer her up for a sacrifice. But let me tell you something, baby. You can't offer this one up for no sacrifice. I will not be sacrificed. I will not. But you know who will be? Because if you offer someone up for a sacrifice to the devil and you cannot sacrifice that person, you then become the sacrifice. And I also know that your so-called family and some of your so-called friends, they've been put you up for sacrifice and you didn't even know it. I was the one who told you. How many years ago was that? What, 10? At least 10 years ago or more, I told you that they were trying to sacrifice you. And that's why your family does not like me. Because your family realized that I was good for you and that I was spiritually gifted, and that I was putting you up on game about what they were doing behind your back, that you were too naive, what you tried to call me, but that's really what you are. You were too naive and too self-centered and egotistical to see, okay, that the very ones that you called your friends and family were offering you up for a sacrifice. But what I told you 10 to 13 years ago has now come to pass. Actually, it was already coming to pass then, but what I'm saying is you are now seeing everything that I told you was the truth. And that's one of the main reasons why you're trying to run back to me. See, you want to run back to me now that everything is hitting the fan. But this is stuff that I've been warned you about. Like I said, over a decade ago or more. I can't exactly remember. I believe it was in like 2013, 14 or 15 is when God showed me the vision of them doing the whole ritual to sacrifice him. And he believed me because he almost didn't go to the BET Awards because that's where they were going to sacrifice him at. Okay. And he was very scared when he went to the BET Awards, and he didn't stay long at all. I believe he just went, did his little thing, and got on up out of there. Because I warned him about what was going to happen, what they were planning to do. So I know that you betrayed me. The ultimate betrayal, and more than one time. It's sad that someone would try to try, because it ain't gonna happen, but it's sad that someone would try to sacrifice a person because they no longer want to be with them anymore, because they were tired of being abused and used. But see, what you didn't realize is that you were never using me. See, God will show me things a lot of times before it even happens. So when I do something for someone, I do it out of the kindness of my heart, even when I know you're going to betray me, like Jesus knew Judas was going to betray him. Yeah. However, I will be honest and say, I did not know you were going to betray me. At least not the way that you betrayed me. God did not show me that. But see, God didn't show me a lot of things about you because, see, you were brought into my life and I was brought into your life so that you could help me spiritually grow. See, over these 13, almost 14 years of you and your family and your fake friends and your fake family attacking me, all that did was made me stronger. All that did was made me better. All that did was empower me. And you see that now. That's why you're trying to run back to me. See, you also trying to run back to me because you know that you're going to be up for that sacrifice. Oh, yeah. You know it. You want protection. You want money. You ain't getting it. You ain't getting nothing from me. You, nor none of your fake friends, nor none of your fake family. See, y'all all tried to play in my face. Knowing you didn't like me. Didn't have a reason not to like me. You were just jealous, envious of me. And like I said, your family was upset as well as you were upset because I could see things before it happened. I could see things like I can now and always will be able to, God's willing, that y'all didn't want me to see. And see, and so I know that you were so indecisive about who do you want to choose and all this and all that crap, because there was really a man that you were dealing with, dressed like a woman, but still had the male parts down there, but had breast, that you've been dealing with for a long time. And so you wanted You couldn't make the decision, do I want this amazing woman over here, or do I want this transgender over here? And so you decided, oh, well, I'm going to just keep both of them. I want the best of both worlds. Oh, no, 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 no. That's not how it go. Not with me. Uh-uh. And so I want to make it clear that he never chose anyone over me. See, what it was is that I left him. And when I left him, he just went back to the same person he had been dealing with all along. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See, he was engaged to a woman, or shall I say, and no disrespect to anyone, but he was engaged to a woman, or shall I say a transgender um, woman, a man with breast. Um, and I didn't know this at the time, but he did tell me once he knew that I fell for him and I loved him. He didn't tell me in the beginning. I used to ask him all the time because he used to put up these weird photos, just seemed like they were homo, the homo thing. And so I used to ask him all the time, are you gay? What is this? What are these photos you putting up? Blah, 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 blah. And he'd be like, no, 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 no. Okay, so once because he's a narcissist, you know how they do, they love bomb you and all that. I knew nothing about that at the age of 28 years old. And it doesn't matter what age you are. I'm just saying I was 28 years old when this went down. Um, and so at first, anyways, this has been going on for a long time. Y'all, I'm about to be 42 years old next week, or the week after next, sorry. And this all began when I was 28 years old. But after he, love bombed me and, was sending money for my daughter and sending money for me and, trying to pretend like he was this upstanding man of God, um, I fell for him. I wouldn't say I fell in love with him, but I did love him. And once he knew that I loved him, that's when he came out and he did tell me that he was messing with men in a romantic way, sexual way. He told me he had a boyfriend. That's what he told me. Exact words. Mm-hmm. Now, I didn't know who this boyfriend was. I didn't know if it was just a man dressed like a man or if it was a man dressed like a woman. But now I do know that it's a man that dresses like a woman and I also know that this man has been attacking me crazy because he don't want me to have this man. He don't want us to get married. He ain't got it, baby. Let me tell you something. You ain't even got to worry about it. It will never happen. It will never happen. You can have him. I do not want him. I left him 13, almost 14 years ago. Never looked back. He kept chasing me down. I began to talk back to him again a few years after that. And then he betrayed me again. Well, yeah, he betrayed me again. The first time it wasn't it wasn't bad, but the second time was a bad betrayal. And that was in 2016. I can remember the year because after I left Miami from going to see him, and mind you, I never spent no time with him like that. We never had sex. Our relationship consisted a lot on the internet, Skyping, and on the telephone. And I'm talking about constant, all day, all night, calling my phone. What you doing? He want all my energy. Y'all know how narcissists are. They are energy vampires. Well, if you don't know, they are energy vampires. Okay. So I mean, this man would talk to my mother, my daughter, all type of stuff. Yeah, it was like that. And he was sending me money. And he never got between my legs. Never. Okay. So yeah, your transgender boyfriend has been attacking me right along with you. And the other woman that you deal with, he deal with many, many women and men, okay? And so, trying to put spell work on me, trying to sacrifice me so that he can get the full transition surgery. Yeah, that's sad, really. So your reason for trying to sacrifice me is because you're trying to get up the money to complete your transition. How sad is that? You will be dealt with by God. Hmm. So he got upset with me because I didn't want to be with him anymore, and he got his whole secret society to team up against me. They started blackballing me in the music industry. I would go to clubs to perform or try to perform. And, you know, the DJs didn't want to play my songs no more. I would be talked about badly on the microphones, all type of stuff like that, y'all. All type of stuff like that. Um, all because I didn't want to deal with him no more. And I had great reason not to want to deal with him no more, y'all. The evil, the wicked, the betrayals, um, the cheating, you name it. It was just so much things that I just could not take it anymore. Okay. So you all have been attacking me. This is what I know. I also know that you all have been using my name, my social security number. Somehow he got that. I remember he used to ask me for documents because he was telling me that he was going to get me a visa to go out of the country with him. So I would send him personal information sometimes. Don't ever remember sending him my social security number. And I ain't no dummy. Okay. So he must have got that some type of way. Remember, he was rich. Okay. And they have ways of doing what you call white collar crimes and blue collared crimes. Okay. So they got certain people in certain places in the judicial system and law enforcement, um, you know, lawyers, doctors that will take payment. If the money right, they will try to alter documents. They will try to arrest people and so forth and so on. I'm not saying everybody in the judicial system and everybody, you know, in the medical field and stuff like that are crooked, but unfortunately there are crooked people out there that who will take payment to alter some things, to change some things, to tell some lies. And so that's what y'all been doing. hmm He told me himself, hmm about, I'm going to say a year or two ago, he messaged me because he won't leave me alone, y'all. He just keep bothering me and bothering me. And I know why. He's being tormented. He's being haunted. He's also scared that his life is up and it's going to be up. Unfortunately, but fortunately. I mean, you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. Okay. And so he was telling me about this, like, I think it's like a $2 billion house that's in my name that's been left to me or something like that. And I don't know if he left the house to me, but that I don't know. It don't really make that sense. I don't know all the, but I know enough. Let's put it like that. So either they did some fraud in my name and put this house in my name, or he left me this house in the will when he passes. But all in all, they have accounts overseas in my name where they have been embezzling money. See, on the outer appearance, they seem to be working class people, celebrities, you know, and I'm not talking about every celebrity. I'm just talking about these particular celebrities and rich people and wealthy people that ain't wealthy no more. From years, over 13, 14 years of attacking my money, attacking my stability, attacking my children, attacking my home. They the ones who burned down my home. Yeah, it was them. Um, you think God gonna let you get away with that? Oh no. So accounts are being frozen, have been frozen. But I do know y'all got accounts overseas in my name. They froze the accounts, and not just my name and others' names too, but they froze the accounts. You can't get to that money anymore. You all are being investigated for many, many crimes. Many, many crimes. You all have been doing all type of things in my name. Mainly your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you want to call it, and your wife that you just married while you were still trying to marry me in 2024. Was trying to be with me, trying to marry me, and then turned around and married her, I guess, to make her happy, because she's severely jealous of me, extremely jealous of me. And so I guess he was trying to make her happy, so he felt like, okay, well, I think I got this one in the bag, so I'm gonna go ahead and marry this one. I don't know. That's just what I think, how it went down. But all in all, he was trying to marry me and her at the same time. I guess they did get married. I ain't never marrying you because I know your plans. That'll come along. Let me finish, and then that'll come along as well. You want to know what I know? I'm going to tell you some of what I do know. They were using my credit. I found that out. I told y'all this was like a couple months ago, while I was locked up. And guess why I was locked up? Because of him. Oh, let me jump back to that 2016 real quick. So when he betrayed me, I went to Miami to go see him. He betrayed me, right? So I told him, that's it. That's over. Boom. On the way back, he got me arrested. On the way back from Miami, as soon as I hit my city, he got me arrested. So he done got me arrested, I want to say, at least 2 or 3 times, because I do not want to be with him. It's every time I tell him I do not want to be with you no more, that's when he tried to get me arrested. Okay. So I just wanted to jump back because that's very important. I've gone to jail like 2, 3 times. I've gone to prison behind this narcissist. Okay. They try to set me up all the time. It be setups. They try to set me up. Okay. Now, I'm not going to say that I didn't do some of the things I did, but you got to understand, and I'm not making an excuse for it either. I take full accountability for anything that I did. However, there were plans set up into play to get me arrested. Okay? There were plans set up into play to get me arrested. As you all should know, if you know about narcissists, they want to get a reaction out of you. They will poke at you and prod at you in a way that others don't really see it. And then they doing it on purpose so that you will react to them, so they can point the finger at you, and it'll make the lies that they already been telling people look true. So they already been telling people behind your back. You don't even notice now. Oh, she crazy. Oh, she this. Oh, she that. She's the problem. He's the problem. And so forth. And so they will do things to you to try to make their narrative that they have spun look true. And so because I was at that time still reacting out of my anger, that's how he was able to get me in these setups, to get me arrested, to make me look crazy. It's reactive abuse. So once you react, oh, see, I told you she crazy. See, I told you. I told you. You see what I'm saying? That's why I have learned and I have grown so much to not react to this narcissist. Okay. So the plan was to get me sent to prison forever, um, or while I'm in prison to get me unalived. But see, my God said, no, 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 not my child. So they was mad that I even made it out of prison. Whilst I was in prison, they got me jumped by, ooh, I want to say it was at least 5 females in them. Broke my nose. They was sending people who had STDs and diseases and putting them in a cell with me, hoping that I was stupid enough not to clean the toilet off or to sit down on the toilet and to catch something from them, hoping that I was stupid enough to drink or eat off of them, you know, all types of stuff. They was doing it. And they still do it out here in the real world. They still do it out here in the real world too, but they was really doing it while I was locked up. But the plan is we got to get her gone because we cannot allow her to find out what we've been doing. We've been doing, I even believe that he married me. Ain't no believe. He has either married me in another country without my consent, without me being there. He used one of these women, took them over there, made them look like me, and married me that way in another country, or he married me in the spirit. Well, he thinks he married me in the spirit. Okay? Because he keep trying to marry me. He keep trying to get me to marry him. And that's to cover up for the crimes that him and his family and friends have committed against me. Okay? So, yeah, he's done that. Now, whether it was just in the spirit he tried to do it, or if he did it in real life, I don't know. But one way or the other, or both, he has somehow tried to marry me without my consent. Now, the purpose of all this is that they went and did some tarot or something. And they found out that I am destined to be rich. I am destined, rich girl. Okay. I have never been no broke chick. You know what I'm talking about? My struggles came from him attacking my finances. Never been no broke chick. Always been a go-getter. Okay? So, as a matter of fact, I never asked him for anything. When I first met him, he was like off rip. Like, what you want? You know, what you want? I'll give you whatever you want. And I was like, I don't want nothing from you. I'm like, I just want to get to know you. I'm not with you for your money. He said, well, you know, I want to give you something, you know, what about your daughter, whatever. I'm like, oh, I love my daughter. That's all I care about. He like, all right, well, I'm going to start sending you money for your daughter. I said, okay, that's fine. Off rip, he started sending me money for my daughter. Like clockwork, like clockwork. The only time I accepted money from him was on my birthday, 1 year. And he sent me $200. Now, I was grateful for the $200. I'm not ungrateful, but I just found that kind of cheap for a millionaire at the time to send his woman only $200 for her birthday. But that's neither here or there. But I had to throw that out there to show how stingy he is. Well, I don't want to say, because he is stingy. He is stingy. But you know, I hear so many different comments like, you know, he didn't do anything for me and this and that and that and the third, and I was doing everything for him, and that's a lie. That's a lie, baby. He was sending me money off the rip. But $200 and you're a millionaire, you send that to your woman that is a good woman, you know, ain't doing nothing on you, and it's her birthday. I thought you would send at least a stack, but that's neither here nor there because I never needed his money anyway. But yeah, they've been doing crimes in my name. They've been doing crimes in my social. Recently, I just had to get some stuff knocked off my credit. They sold smart, but they really dumb. Because why would you use my credit while I'm locked up? It's easy for me to prove that that was not me. I was incarcerated. So I got that stuff knocked off real easy. But they was using my credit while I was locked up too, y'all. Um, so they've been using my name, committing crimes in my name, um, for their financial gain, and to also try to set me up. Yeah, they was trying to set me up. So they figure we got to get her gone, because if she finds out what we did, we're going down. We can't let her be seen. So they've been attacking my finances, trying to get me fired from jobs. You name it, I'm talking about attack. They still doing it right now to this day. They have not stopped. They have not stopped. I'm just blessed and highly favored. And they ain't going to be able to stop me, because I come in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I'm covered in the blood of Jesus. And God will never let them take me out like that and take me down like that and stop my income that's going to take care of me. So when I got on YouTube, which, by the way, I've been had a YouTube account. If you go look it up, I think on this YouTube, I've been on since 2013, 15, or 18. But I have another YouTube that I had been on since 2012 or something. Guess who told me to get on YouTube? He did. I want to say that was 2012. It's called RTV 386. You can go check it out. RTV 386. He the one who told me about YouTube. Just like he told me about a lot of things, cheat codes and everything, but I ain't never been a cheater, so I never did it. Like buying followers, buying likes and comments and stuff like that. Yeah. He taught me a lot of stuff about that. That's how I know a lot of this stuff is flawed and not saying everybody, but when it come to him and the chick he deal with that been attacking me right here on YouTube that a lot of y'all know about, you can guarantee a lot of them followers ain't real. A lot of them comments ain't real. Yeah. So anyway, that ain't even neither here nor there. Just putting it out there. So yeah, they've been attacking me, trying to keep me out of the spotlight, because they already done searched and somehow found out what my destiny was gonna be. I also told him a lot of my dreams and aspirations, because I'm thinking this is my future husband. He did propose to me. And when I met him, he was already engaged to somebody, and he broke that engagement off with that woman and told me he wanted to marry me. And being that he actually broke that engagement off with that woman, I'm like, oh, he must be serious about this. You know what I'm saying? Because he broke it off with her. He was supposed to get married to a Latino woman. And he's no longer with her. He broke it off with her for me at that time, back then. So I told him about my dreams and aspirations and everything. And we was working on it together, I thought, until I got the backstab, the betrayal. And really it was like he was doing so much evil things, so much wicked stuff, so much this and that. I decided, I'm like, no, this ain't the one for me. I don't care how much money he got. It's not the one for me. I don't want to be with you no more. Boom. Once I said that, that's when all hell broke loose. All hell broke loose, literally. This man has been attacking me relentlessly. Not just him, but him and his whole little secret society crew. And his little coven of harem of witches that he is dealing with. That they got something going on. They all are upset with me because they know he in love with me. All he do is talk about me all the time. I didn't know this. Mind you, I ain't been checking for this dude. When I said I was done with him back then, that's what I meant. And I went on with my life. But he couldn't go on with his life So he broke up. I was about to be married back in 2021, I think it was. Right before he got me sent to prison. Or right before he got me sent to prison. That was the whole reason to get me sent to prison, because he did not want me to get married. He broke up that whole relationship. Oh yeah, he did. Oh yeah, he did. He broke up that whole relationship. But I was about to be married and he broke that whole thing up. He kept attacking me spiritually, doing witchcraft. It was all around my house, breaking in my house, threatening my fiance at the time. It was bad, y'all. So he ended up actually succeeding with that, and he broke up my engagement. I was supposed to be married. He attacks every man that I get with, and he attacks me as well. Um, so if you want to be with me, you got to be a soldier. Because until he's gone, we will be attacked. You can guarantee it. But I ain't worried about it. And I know the man that's for me, he ain't gonna worry about it either, because we covered, baby. We ain't worried about that. We ain't worried about no devil or no demon. We gonna live our life. We gonna do what we gonna do. You see what I'm saying? But if you're not a real soldier or warrior, don't even try to play with it. Don't even try to come my way, because yeah, you're gonna have to be able to deal with this fool. You're gonna have to be able to deal with this ignorant being. Um, so yeah, I know all of that. I also know that y'all got court cases out the woozah, um, fraud, scamming. She got a DCF case, or what they call it. In different states, they call it different stuff. Here in the state that I'm at, they call it DCF, the Department of Children and Families. Other states, they call it CPS. She got a CPS case on her for neglecting her children and things of that sort. They got cases. It's being brought up in the courts. The fraud that they were doing in my name, at least in my name, is they were asked questions and they couldn't answer the questions. And now that it has been discovered that they have been doing fraud in my name. They were trying to steal either an inheritance that was supposed to come to me, a trust fund that was supposed to come to me, or some assets like that $2 million house he was telling me about. Something of that sort. They were trying to steal it from me. Okay. They may have even succeeded to steal it from me, but now they got to give it back. Also, I believe I have been left in a will as well. Some type of massive income. They tried to intercept that and take it from me. That's how jealous they were of me. That's how much they was watching me and being in my personal business behind my back. I never gave him my social security number. I don't know how he got it. I don't know how they got my social. You see what I'm saying? I did send him some documents. Like I said in the past, he would say, I'm going to help you get a visa so you can go out of the country with me, sign this. And of course, I'm not stupid. I read it before I signed it, but that's how they probably got my signature, copied my signature, and was like putting it on other documents. You see what I'm saying? So they done been caught up. They done got caught up. And they going to court for many different things. A lot of it is for what they did to me. Some of it is what they did to me and others. They don't think I know this, but I know this. Whatever they tried to intercept, or they did intercept, it is still coming to me. They have to pay me back what they stole plus interest. That's in the scriptures. So whatever they stole from me, I'm getting it back. They also were energy harvesting off of me. They were astral projecting, and they were sending spirits my way in different bodies. And they were energy harvesting off of me. They were leeching off of me because I'm such a good person. And God had to take the scales off of my eyes. And so I'm such a good friend that, I'm the type of friend that would, if your car broke down, I would get your car fixed. If I had the money, and I usually did, I'm not going to lie. So that's why when I be hearing some of these videos and they be saying I'm broke and I was broke and all this, I'm sitting there laughing like, baby, I ain't never been broke. I've always been very blessed. Blessed enough that people would come to me for help. Blessed enough that I could help people get their cars fixed. Oh, sorry, cars fixed. Um, I could help people do their children's hair, buy their children's school clothes when they didn't have the money to buy their own children's school clothes, um, lend them money, and things of that sort. So broke, no, that had never been me. However, I have been through some challenging times throughout these 13, almost 14 years because they have been attacking my finances, trying to make it to where I can't maybe afford a lawyer to take them to court, trying to make it to where I can't, fix myself up nice. I make it to where I can't fix myself up nice if I want to go do a show. If I still wanted to be a rap artist, I no longer want to be that. But when I did, they was trying to make it where I couldn't pay for studio time and things of that sort. You see what I'm saying? They were attacking my finances to try to keep me confined to where I could not, in their eyes and how they thought, I couldn't fight back. It's really, because it takes finances to do a lot of things. And they were in hopes to try to get me homeless so they could really attack me and try to take me out. And that's exactly what they tried to do. They were so eager to make me homeless, they burned down the place that I was living in. And once I became homeless, that's when they came in and honed in and really tried to attack me. They were sending men at me, and they still do, that had HIV, AIDS, in hopes that I would be, I guess, desperate enough to sleep with these men, either for money or just, I guess, sometimes people get in their emotions and they just don't think, they don't care. And so I guess they was thinking or hoping that I would be desperate enough to sleep with these men and catch it. And that's how they was going to take me out, that way. That's what they were hoping, but that's not ever going to work. Because every man that they sent at me that had it, God let me know. He got it. He got it. He got it. And I would say it to them too. Most of them I would say it to. I would let them know like, God told me you, yeah. They couldn't believe it. Like, who is she? But anyway, we're going to leave that alone. Just letting y'all know how dirty they is. How dirty they is. And I don't want to tell nobody business, but he might not be the cleanest person, and she may not be the cleanest person either. Let me just say that. I don't want to tell nobody business though. So they're trying to stop me from receiving this unexpected income, which it is expected because God been telling me about it. That's how I know all of this. That's how I know all of this. God been speaking to me about a lot of things. And so they don't want me to get that income. They do not want me to get it. They do not want me to get it. Him in particular, because I don't know why he thinks that he can double back to me after betraying me so severely. Multiple times. Multiple times. But I guess in his eyes, because he dogged me out so bad and talked about me so bad and lied and said I was a brokey and I was a whore and I was everything that he is and everything that she is, or that that transgender or whatever you want to call them. She lied on me too on YouTube, saying, oh, she this and she that and she this and she that. Everything she said I am, that's what she is. Okay? Or he. Um, and so now people are really seeing me for who I really am. They're seeing that they're liars. And he don't want to see me advance without him. He don't want to see me live happily without him. He don't want to see me rich without him. He's very entitled and feels like some way, somehow he deserves a portion of my money. He's very entitled, and her too, his chick too. Okay, his chick too now. They feel like somehow I owe them my money, my assets. No, I don't owe you nothing. I don't owe you nothing. But this karma you finna get. This karma that you currently getting, and you're going to be getting for a long time. That's all I owe you. That's it. That's all. So, y'all, I could go on and on. I think I said enough. You want to know what I know? I know a lot. I know enough. And once again, this is to my enemies. I also know that the chick that you was dealing with, or still is dealing with, was dealing with, not sure what y'all got going on right now, but you found out that one of her children ain't even yours, that she been trying to pin on you for years, that you've been helping her take care of, along with the other children that ain't yours, and you know they ain't yours. Yeah, I also know that. that ain't your child. Mm-hmm. You want to know what I know? I know enough. And I have you know that I'm not going to allow anyone to run my name through the mud, run up my credit, try to set me up in these Ponzi schemes or whatever y'all got going on. You can guarantee seeing me in court. You can guarantee it. I'm not letting it slide. I'm not letting it ride. Oh, no. I don't know who you think I am, but I'm not letting that slide, buddy. I'm not letting that slide, chick. I'm not letting that slide. And neither is my God. So y'all wonder why y'all going through what y'all going through? It ain't no wonder. You know exactly why you going through what you going through. You shall reap what you have sown. So that's what I know. I may know a little bit more, but that's all that's enough right there. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Like I told y'all, this video was going to be a little bit different. This message was going to be a little bit different, my brothers and my sisters. I love you all. And until next time, peace. Y'all stay tuned.